Hi, this is James from Tabletop Gaming Guild, and today I want to show you Cover Your Cookies. Now, Cover Your Cookies is going to be published by Grandpa Beck Games. Now, this is a 3 to 6 player game, which is going to be similar to Cover Your Assets or Cover Your Kingdoms. Now, with my older kids, I played Cover Your Kingdoms, and I really enjoyed it a lot. And I think that is an amazing game to play with your older kids. Now, I have some really young kids, and I was thinking that I picked this up, so I bought it thinking, hey, I'm going to play this one with my kids, and it'll be a nice introduction to that style of games. So that's what we're going to go into in my thought process for Cover Your Cookies, because it feels like that's going to be what it should be. Let's go ahead down the table here. I'm going to show you how this game plays, and then we're going to come back and I'm going to give you my final thoughts. All right, so we're going to take a look at Cover Your Cookies. Now, if you played Cover Your Assets or you played Cover Your Kingdom, which are now both Grandpa Beck games, this is a very similar format. This one has a couple differences to it, though, and mainly that's going to be into only having one action on your turn and these mixer cards and a couple other things, but basically those are the biggest things you're going to find on there. Is going to be you're doing one action. You're going to have these mixer cards that are going to change things up. So you got a bunch of these. And then these things, when they get drawn, are going to do different things. Like this one, you're just going to rotate the batches. You're going to exchange. Each player takes one card from the player to their left. There's one that take it from your right. There it is. This one here forces two players to swap the top batches of their cookies. All top batches rotate left or right, your choice. And this one here, which is sweetener, so it enhances your cookie stack. So you put it on there, and this can be 30 points if you keep it at the end of the game. To set up this game, all you're really going to do is you're going to deal out 5 cards to each player. So each player is going to have these little sets of 5 cards. And then you're going to split this deck just roughly in half. In the bottom half, you're going to go ahead and shuffle in these mixer cards. So those are shuffled in, and then you're going to put the top deck on top. You're also going to hand out this crumb collector card here. And what this crumb collector card does is every time you have cookies stolen from you, you're going to move up this crumb collector. So basically every time you get cookies stolen, you're going to get 15 points. It doesn't really equate into necessarily the loss of the batch of cookies you got, but it gives you something. And finally, to finish your setup, you're going to flip the first card over, which is going to begin the discard pile. On your turn, you're going to get to do one action. And there's a couple things here. You can set down a pair of cards. So I can set down 2 cards here. So I can set down these 2 20s, and they go here. I can get a matching card and place it on top. So if I got another one of those cookies, I can place it on top as my action. I can take, for a matching pair, I can take from the middle discard, the top discard, and make the matching pair. When you make your second matching pair, you're going to place it opposite direction, or I guess not turn to 90 degrees from what's underneath it. I don't know how you want to explain it, but basically they just rotate so that you have these as separate stacks. Because one of the actions you can do is you can steal from an opponent. So if my opponent has that out there and I throw, for the life of me I can't find I throw this cookie card out here that matches there, I can try to steal their cookies. Now, one of the things that has rules for this are you have to have at least a stack of cookies. So I have to have at least 1 stack of cookies, and the opponent has to have at least 2 stacks. And you can't get them below their starting stack. So I can play this out there, and the opponent has a chance of matching this cookie. And if they do, then I have to match that. So we have to keep going until someone can't match. When that happens, whoever is the person that couldn't match loses, and the person that could gets all the cookie cards and then places them on top of their stack like that. So the person you attack could keep their cookie cards, or you could gain them. A couple other things that you can run into in the game is you can use these wild cards. These wild cards here can be paired with any other card. They can also use for defending and attacking. There's also a more valuable wild card in the deck here, which is the chocolate milk. And that's what I'm trying to find here real quick to show you what the chocolate milk one looks at. And there's not, and so like in Cover Your Kingdom, you actually had a wild card that was worth more in it. I think it was the Hydra one. So if you have the Hydra, you can, oh, there's a lot of, there it is. I got a lot of wild. All right, so you have this chocolate milk. Unlike the Cover Your Kingdom one, these ones aren't any different. They're just, this one's worth more than the other, but it doesn't matter. So if I defend with this, they can defend with that, and they count. All right. In Cover Your Kingdom, though, they had one that was worth double the other one, and if you played that, then they had to play 2 to match. But that's not in Cover Your Cookies. So the last thing you can do on your turn is you can discard a card to draw a card. Now, at the end of your turn, after you've done your one action, you're going to draw back up to your 5 cards. People are going to keep on doing this, building up their stack of cookies until this deck runs out. When the deck runs out, everyone's going to go until they're out of cards. So one of the things to remember in this game is try to make sure that you have some cards at the end there to protect yourself and not leave your cookie stack undefended. Once that finishes, everyone's going to add up the points of all their cookies, which are just these numbers here, and whoever has the most points is going to win. So that is Cover Your Cookies. Let's go ahead back up to the table here, and I'm going to give you my final thoughts on Cover Your Cookies. All right, so that was Cover Your Cookies. Now, component quality, this is a card game, so the card quality is good. That's going to really stand up like the other Grandpa Beck games to a lot of reshuffling and play, so that's great. Now, how is the game play? Now, Cover Your Assets had the 1 stack. This has 1 stack. Cover Your Kingdoms had 2 stacks, and it had different, like the Highlands and the Lowlands, and lots of different really cool things happening in it. So I really loved Cover Your Kingdom. Now they're going back a little bit with this Cover Your Cookies here to the single stack like Cover Your Assets. This one also has those mixer cards in it. So the mixer cards feel like a lot of them don't matter. They do and they don't. A lot of times the top cards of your decks are what's protecting your like more valuable cards. So like when you're rotating your decks or swapping your decks, it doesn't matter all that much. Also, one of the mixer cards that says swap 2 opponents' tops of their decks there, well, that's not necessarily that great. You're going to just pick whichever one you want to have more points. I think that would have been a lot better if it was like swap any 2, so you could have done yours. So I'm like, hey, I'm going to give you these 2 10-point cookies for your giant stack or whatever. But so the mixer cards are a little weird. I think it was one of those things where they're playing and they probably needed a little bit more. This game is definitely easier for younger audiences to play. And they can, if they're really young, they can always know from the art of the cards on the mixer cards what happens. So that's good there too. I mean, overall, I don't know how much play this one's going to get. Because like I said, Cover Your Assets is really good. That's also from Grandpa Beck Games. But Cover Your Kingdoms, I think, is just amazing. It just blows these 2 out of the water. So there's only going to be a limited amount of time that we're going to play this until they get it. And then we're going to only play Cover Your Kingdoms. So I don't really feel bad saying, hey, one Grandpa Beck game is better than another. They're both Grandpa Beck games. Not that they paid us for this or even sent a copy out of either. But I would say that if you're looking for a game like that I showed, I would recommend Cover Your Kingdoms over Cover Your Cookies. Unless you have a super young kids and you're like, well, I want to sort of get them started a little, into something a little easier. You could think about Cover Your Cookies, especially if you're gonna like the cookie theme. This would be a great game to play during the holidays and stuff. But you could also simplify Cover Your Kingdom too. So, and I think they could grow into that game a little bit more. But that's my thoughts on it. So it's a good game. And the only reason it's getting overshadowed is because of another game in the same company's line. So it's not the end of the world. But either way, that's my thoughts on it. If you like what we do, please like and subscribe. It really helps us out a lot. It helps us get more videos out to you guys, helps us get better equipment, all that fun stuff. But either way, I hope you all have a great day, and thank you for watching.